Hi Libra, and welcome to your General Energies Tarot Forecast. This is for February 18th through 28th, just to see what the energies are for you, what's going on. So we're going to start by pulling a card to look at your energy specifically, Libra, and see who you are these last 2 weeks of February. All right, woo! We've got the Elk and Nobility, and I will just say the word nobility has come through in several of the readings, and I only have one more after you guys. So, you know, it's also been very spiritual, all of these readings. So these last 2 weeks of February, it's like everybody is really getting in tune with the truth of their soul. What do they feel is right and true and good and the right way to be and act and things to do and say. So it's like this deep spiritual perception turning inward for everybody. But on top of that, it's this deep desire to do the right thing. Like everybody is wanting to come from a place of doing the right thing, or at least they think in their mind what they're doing is the right thing, at least for them. And Libra, I'm seeing that come through for you as well. And it says, celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. Yeah, Libra, you're going to feel quite empowered, and you know, you might also be recognized and rewarded over these next 2 weeks for your honesty, for your purity, for your dedication, your energy, your efforts in your workplace, you know, in your friend circle, in your family, with your romantic partnership, some organization that you belong to, whatever. It's just some Libras are going to get some recognition, and it's about your strength and your purity and your character and the way you've carried yourself and handled things and just who you are. Also, Libra, there are people watching you. You are setting standards. You are a beacon and inspiration. So also keep that in mind. And this to me is a masculine energy, so feeling quite empowered these next 2 weeks, Libra. All right, so I'm going to pull some soul cards here. These do not have a title, a description, nothing. So it's all based on the imagery and what intuition comes from the image. So whatever you're feeling by these cards, looking at them, Libra, definitely go with it, because that is how they are intended. Okay, so with nobility, Libra, this right here, this, you see this guy kind of falling off the edge. I think you are the one keeping things together for some people. I don't think this is so much you and your actions. It could be, you know, a warning sign from Spirit saying, hey, you need to get far more responsible and empowered in yourself before you fall off the cliff here. But I don't get that so much. I really feel that this is Libra, you know, being that inspiration for others, pulling others to their nobility, to their purity, to their truth, to their honesty, and opposed to, you know, taking shortcuts or giving half-truths. I don't know, Libra, it's just like your energy, whether it's through conversation, through your actions in general, you are very inspiring over these next 2 weeks, and you, I think, are going to help somebody really make a better decision, okay? Because I see the split in the head here, and somebody's of two minds, and I think you are going to help them decide the right thing, and it's based on your advice, or it's based on who you are or how they see you handle and do things, okay? Yeah, because look at this. This is the next card, and I see all these hands touching somebody's mind, and that's you inspiring your advice, just whatever. But also, this is an ongoing theme through all the readings, is I'm seeing hands of Spirit really moving through everybody's life this next 2 weeks. And as you can see, you know, here's this face down here, and here's this face up here, and then the hands are touching. So based upon this message, yes, Spirit's hand is definitely strongly in your life as well. But Libra, again, this is where you and your actions and your words and their purity really stick in somebody's head or in their mind. Also, somebody could very much be missing you. You're very much on their heart and mind, Libra. Very much, or they're very much on your heart and mind. Some of you could be, you know, like, do I take the plunge and reach out to this person if we haven't spoken in a while or things didn't end so well? And if that's what you're feeling, Libra, I would recommend doing it in the utmost integrity, you know, however you present yourself. But I feel that you are definitely on their mind as much as they're on your mind. You guys are really feeling that, but there's some fear here of, can we reconnect? You know, is that a safe thing to do, etc. So let's pull some more cards, Libra, and add to your reading. All right, yeah, look at that. So signs. You, again, are an example. You're in the spotlight somehow, some way, for many, or for, you know, a specific person. But also, this coming out with this card, Libra, I feel that whatever keeps repeating in your head, like keeps getting dropped in your mind, an idea, or you feel like you're having a conversation or just whatever, that's Spirit really trying to communicate with you about whatever that is that, you know, keeps haunting you almost. And the signs and synchronicities all around you, like, that's Spirit, and Spirit is trying to confirm that. Wow, and now we have a soulmate here, Libra. So yeah, we are about to meet somebody new, and when we do, it's kind of scary, or Spirit is reconnecting us with somebody. This could be romance, this could be friendship, okay? It's just, there's a soulmate energy, and you've been getting signs and synchronicities about this, but you're afraid. But it's all on your mind. You might even be dreaming about it. Oh my gosh. Very next card. Imagine that. Fear. Right under the hands here. We're afraid of this soulmate for some reason, or we're afraid of the connection, or we're afraid of reaching out, you know, bridging the gap, whatever it is for you. Or if this is a new person, it's just the connection is so intense from right off the bat that it's a little intimidating, it's a little scary. Dark night of the soul. So even though there's all these signs and synchronicities, there's a lot of fear-based energy that's holding you back, or holding that person back from you. Well, now look at here, there's some regret. So somebody feels guilty or ashamed for what they said, what they did, how they handled things, and they're just not sure what to do. But look at this. There's communication sitting on top of fear. Imagine that. We're afraid to reach out. We're afraid to directly communicate. We're afraid to express ourselves, whether that's you or the you know, energy coming into your reading. But Libra, you're really on somebody's mind. They're really on your mind. This is going both ways. I love to make these far more general, but the little comment came through, wow, you're amazing, is what it said. So Libra, you are amazing to somebody, or somebody is very amazing to you, and those words have not been expressed. Really opening up and expressing ourselves is very scary for some reason. Anyways, what I was saying is I like to make these very general, but Libra, I'm seeing a lot of relationship in your reading, and this does not have to be romantic, okay? This is some relationship in your life where there's fear around communication or expressing our truth. It's on your mind, it's on their mind, but again, there's a lot of fear, and we've got to purge the fear, purge the dark night, pay attention to the signs from Spirit, okay? Pride and ego under regret and soulmate. Somebody needs to get over themselves, and and I think admit that they were wrong. And I'm not saying that's you, Libra. It could be the other person. But what I see here is there's this connection, and somebody needs to apologize or own up to something. And fear, communication, we have self-worth. So here's that insecurity of reaching out, of expressing self, of being vulnerable. But listen, Libra, you need to know whatever this is that's been haunting you, it's not just a figment of your imagination. You're not the only one feeling it. The other person is as well. Yeah, it's not a figment of your imagination. The Page of Pentacles just flew out, and that's material. It's something real. The other person is thinking about you just as much, has probably the same fears as you have. Again, some of you don't even realize who is watching you, who is being inspired by you, you know, who does wish to make things better between the two of you. Yeah, Three of Pentacles, admiration, definitely being watched. This could be in the workplace. So if this isn't a personal relationship, Libra, again, you could be getting recognized for your energy and effort. All right, so I'm going to pull some cards to clarify each one of these. All right, that's for the signs. And we have the Six of Pentacles. So this kind of feels like reaching out, or somebody is coming back into your world, or somebody new, but it's a very nice balance of energy. And now we have Four of Pentacles on top of this soulmate, but you know, regret, pride, and ego. We really want to bridge this gap on both sides, but somebody is stubborn, or we both are being incredibly stubborn. And on fear, look at that. Fear has so much to do with this, fear-based emotions. We're blocking this all out, trying to tell ourselves it's just in our head, and Spirit's like, no, it's not just in your head. Dark night of the soul, it's not all fantasies, even though you want to tell yourself that it is. It's not. It's very real. The other person is feeling it as much as you, especially with that Eight of Pentacles. And now communication, we have the Sun. Communication is favored, Libra. I'm not picking up anything negative around the communication. It's actually favored, but we're afraid to express ourselves, or somebody's very afraid to express themselves to you. On Purge, Ten of Wands, we've got to let that fear go. Pride and ego, it's time to move on from that, whether that's you or the other person involved. And on self-worth, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So it's like somebody's really been working on themselves. You or the other person involved here. Or this could be in the workplace, where you're finally being recognized, Libra, for all of your energy, hard work, and efforts that you've put in. But we've got to purge and let go of some fear or indecision that you may be struggling with, and not keep going to worst case scenarios in your mind. The Sun is in your reading. It's communication is favored, especially when it comes straight from the heart and soul. And the more that you are open, vulnerable, and authentic in all that you do these next 2 weeks, I'm telling you, Libra, you really inspire and touch other people. So let's do some clarifying. I want to pull some clarity on this self-worth and Eight of Pentacles. Like, is this still a work in progress, or are we finally finished with that? So let's see what we get. We have, ooh, the Emperor, so very strong. The Lovers, wow, look at that. Ten of Swords and King of Cups. Okay, so the work has been done, whether on your behalf or the behalf of somebody else. And it's time for this really heavy, hard cycle, the Ten of Swords, to leave. That mental angst and worry and anxiety. It's time to go, because the work has been done, okay? We have two major arcana, and then we have a court card here. So Libra, the work has been done. This could involve an Aries, this could involve a Gemini, or this could involve a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And that just fell as I said Pisces. So if there's a Pisces connection, wow. Listen, with this, Libra, the work has been done. And if you are struggling with head or heart decision, I feel like it's time to go with your heart, all right? whoever is coming into your life, they've really worked on themselves. Who's ever trying to come back into your life, they've done the work. And as far as those of you who are really separated with somebody, cannot come back together until the work is done on whoever's side needs to be done. But Libra, you need to know that if you're feeling haunted, it's because that person is still very connected to you and thinking about you as much as you're connected to them and thinking about them. But there's some ego and some fear-based energies that might be in the way. I see you as being very pure, honest, and true. So if that were you in the past, now you're rising above that and you're ready to be open and vulnerable to somebody, whereas in the past you were really nervous about that. Maybe you were in a period of healing and recovery. You could have gotten really burned by, a previous relationship, just something along those lines, and it's made you a little gun shy. So let's see what this Sun and the communication card is. Okay, so we've got the Four of Cups. The standoff is coming to an end. And then these two flipped around. So the standoff is coming to an end. There's finally going to be some balance. And look at this with strength. We're coming back stronger and better than we were before. But Libra, even if you really want to make amends with somebody and get things worked out, it's very important that you assert yourself, you assert your boundaries. And even though I'm saying being open and vulnerable and authentic, don't be self-sacrificing. If something feels too risky, like legitimate danger, don't do it. Don't do it. But if this is just where you're coming up with all these what ifs, the worst case scenarios type of thinking, you've got to stop that, because I don't think that's what's going on here. Anybody coming back into your life, it's because the two of you are truly on each other's minds, and it's time to let bygones be bygones, I think, and let all the fear-based energy go. And you really needed a confirmation that the signs and synchronicities that you're getting, and how much this person is just all up in your world, is not like just your own projection or that you're crazy. And here it is, Libra. So let's pull you some advice. It's very real. They're thinking about you as much as you're thinking about them. And lastly, Libra, I do feel if none of that applies, there is recognition for Libra these last 2 weeks of February. Promises and hope. We have nesting. Yeah, there's things that are up ahead, Libra. I feel like whatever this relationship is, it's eventually going to heal. There's eventually going to be communication, but it comes after the energies are balanced, okay? And it's going to take a lot of courage for somebody to reach out to the other person, whether that's you reaching out to them reaching out to you, however that's going to work for you personally in your life. There's a lot of fear around it, and that must be purged in order to, reach out, move forward, move ahead. But I see that happening, like just an utter surrender and trust in spirit, because what is constantly haunting you and on your mind, it's there for a reason. You're not crazy. You're not projecting. If you're constantly wanting to think about somebody or looking in on them, or a process, like constantly checking on it, that's you. But when you're just trying to live your life and you're going about your business and you're getting one sign and synchronicity after the next, and then all of a sudden you realize somebody's on your mind and it's like you're having a conversation with them out of nowhere, that is spirit to spirit conversation, communion, okay? And you're getting signs and synchronicities because that person is projecting themselves into your reality as you project yourself into theirs through your thoughts and emotions that you're feeling for each other. It's real. Between now and the end of February, there could be definitely some communication, but for others of you, it might, take a little bit more time for the nesting process, for those eggs to be able to hatch, for the fear-based energies to no longer dominate. That energy, like I said, has to be purged. And for some of you, it's all about somebody getting over themselves and putting their pride and ego in their back pocket and being willing to reach out and apologize for their behavior or whatever happened, okay? So all good stuff, Libra. You're not crazy. You're not. they are on, you are on their mind, okay? And that's why they're on your mind so much. It's real, and that's the biggest thing Spirit wants you to know, because you also have soulmate here, okay? So those are your messages, Libra. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.